Prince William has made one thing crystal clear. He's done playing games with Prince Harry. There was no dramatic speech, no emotional interview, no cryptic social media post, just silence. A deliberate, calculated silence that spoke volumes. And that's exactly what's caught the media's attention. Recently, a secret meeting took place in London between one of King Charles's aides and a couple of representatives from Harry and Meghan's side. It was quiet, strategic, and far from casual. Interestingly, it took 4 days before the media picked up on Itan when they did. It happened to clash with Princess Catherine's stunning appearance at Wimbledon. Coincidence? Unlikely. Meghan has a known pattern of creating headlines just when someone else in the royal family is commanding the spotlight. But here's the twist. Prince William was completely absent from the narrative. No one from his team attended. No statement, no spokesperson, nothing. Some insiders say he wasn't even informed. Others suggest he knew, but chose to stay out of it. And that's the point. William's approach to Harry isn't emotional anymore. It's strategic. He's the future king, with a family to protect and a reputation to uphold. That kind of silence isn't passive, it's power. It's a strategy, pure and simple. Prince William isn't just reacting as a brother anymore. He's acting as the future king of England. He has a reputation to protect, a family to raise, and a country to one day lead. For him, keeping toxic distractions like the ongoing Sussex drama at bay isn't personal anymore, it's professional. According to several sources close to the palace, William doesn't even mention Harry's name these days. He doesn't bring him up in conversation, doesn't ask about him, and reportedly has no plans for reconciliation. One insider put it bluntly, William will never forgive Harry, and that's not just dramatic talk, it reflects the current mood behind palace walls. Forgiveness isn't part of the equation anymore. It's been boxed up, buried deep, and forgotten. And in truth, it's understandable. Harry and Meghan have been anything but silent in recent years, in grievances through interviews, documentaries, books, and podcasts. Time and again, they've shown they're willing to throw the family under the bus if it brings attention or clicks. Meanwhile, William and Catherine have stayed the course, choosing quiet dignity, strategic appearances, and a clear refusal to engage in public mess. That's what makes William's silence so loud. It's not a boundary. He's essentially saying, you made your choices. I'm making mine. Stay in your lane. For someone like Prince William, who spent his entire life under the microscope with every step, smile, and stumble dissected by the press, setting boundaries isn't just smart, it's survival. This isn't a petty grudge, it's a necessary line in the sand. And when you look at the bigger picture, it's clear that William and Catherine are stepping confidently into their roles as the future king and queen. Every public appearance they make is deliberate, every outfit chosen with precision, every smile placed with purpose. Take Wimbledon, for example. That wasn't just a day out, it was a subtle show of strength. Catherine, in her flawless white self-portrait dress, radiated grace and composure. She didn't need to speak a word. Her presence did all the talking. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan's names were floating around in whisper speculation about secret meetings, unconfirmed sightings, and behind-the-scenes drama. And while that buzz tried to build, the Wales family stood front and center, poised and completely unbothered. That's what stings the most for the Sussexes, not confrontation, but not being attacked, but being strategically ignored. Because silence, when executed with precision, hits harder than any televised feud or passive-aggressive. Quote, right now, William's silence carries more weight and gets more attention. Harry's entire media machine. And the timing of that London meeting leak, it wasn't just strange, it was suspicious. A private interaction between King Charles's aide and Harry's team, caught on camera and conveniently dropped just as Catherine was commanding the spotlight. That's no accident, that's a pattern. That's choreography, and no one orchestrates media distractions quite like Meghan. The intention was crystal clear. Shift the spotlight. Catherine had been dominating headlines with her effortless elegance, unified family presence, and regal charm. Her public appearances weren't just well received, they were headline gold. Then, right on cue, a conveniently timed leak revealed a behind-closed-doors meeting between King Charles's aide and Harry's representatives. Not King Charles himself, just a hand-picked proxy. And that's the point. This wasn't a heartfelt reunion. It was a business transaction, dressed up to look meaningful. The leak wasn't about what was said, it was about controlling the narrative. It was about planting the idea that Harry is still in the royal orbit, still part of the conversation. But Prince William, he didn't show up. Not in person, not in statement, not even as a footnote. And that silence was louder than anything. Harry's camp could have said, William didn't need to be in the room because he's done with the game. He's not offering support, not extending olive branches, and most importantly, not giving the Sussexes anything they can spin. That calculated, distance has become William's greatest strength. The more he pulls away, the more grounded and trustworthy he looks to the public. People are tired of chaos. They're over emotional interviews, over dramatic sound bites, over rehashed grievances. What they want now is consistency, grace, poise, and strength. And that's exactly what William is giving them, simply by refusing to engage. His silence isn't weakness, it's power. King Charles, meanwhile, finds himself in a far more delicate position. He's not just the king, he's also a father. And like most fathers, there's likely a part of him that still holds out hope for reconciliation. But any communication with Harry now comes with heavy caution and clear limitations. The palace has no interest in being burned again, which is precisely why the recent meeting was kept discreet, informal, and far from the public eye. No titles, no official statements, just aides speaking behind closed doors. At this point, it's the only kind of relationship Charles can manage with Harry: quiet, unofficial, and completely separate from the rest of the royal family. Because the moment Harry and Meghan catch even a hint of renewed connection to royal duties, they spin it into something else. Suddenly, it's a redemption arc, a reunion narrative, a claim of being welcomed back in when, in truth, they're still outside the gates, pressing their faces against the glass. William knows this game all too well. He's seen private moments twisted into headlines. That's why he's done. He's not just distancing himself, he's fortified the boundary. The door isn't just shut, it's locked, and the key's been thrown into the Thames. And right beside him is Catherine, unwavering. Her public silence, her composure, her presence, it all echoes the same message: enough is enough. Every time Catherine steps out in public, it feels like a quiet message to the world, measured, confident, and deliberate. From the way she dresses to how she carries herself and interacts with the public, the message is unmistakable. We're stable, we're thriving, and we're doing it without the noise. This is precisely why the public is increasingly rallying behind the Wales family. They symbolize what the monarchy is striving to become: graceful, grounded, and free from scandal. By consistently refusing to engage with Harry and Meghan's ongoing drama, William and Catherine are showing they're the grown-ups in the room. William isn't bitter or vengeful, he's simply done, and that decision has become his most powerful move. His strength lies in the refusal to play the game. It has taken away Harry and Meghan's most effective tool: blame. Without contact, without reaction, without any participation, there's nothing left to spin. No sound bites to manipulate, no looks to overanalyze, no awkward public encounters to dissect. They've been shut out of the narrative entirely, while the Wales family quietly continues forward, unshaken. For years, Harry and Meghan have leaned on the idea of being pushed aside, of being mistreated. But William's complete disengagement has undercut that story. It doesn't land anymore. And it's obvious the media's attention on the leaked meeting wasn't because of who attended, it was because of who didn't. People scanned every article, every photo, trying to find even a trace of William's presence. There was none. And that absence was louder than any official royal response. Even Catherine's wardrobe during this time wasn't random. Every outfit, every color choice, every silhouette was purposeful, a visual extension of her calm and control. No drama, no distractions, just quiet authority. At Wimbledon, Catherine wasn't just fulfilling the role of a supportive royal. She embodied the essence of a future queen. With elegance, composure, and a calm confidence, she effortlessly stole the spotlight without ever asking for it. Her outfit choices were deliberate, tailored, timeless, and structured in a way that quietly demanded respect. Nothing flashy, nothing forced, just pure, refined power. In contrast, Meghan has often leaned into oversized coats and unconventional silhouettes that sometimes appear more performative than polished. Where Meghan's style can feel like it's trying to make a statement, Catherine says everything by saying nothing at all. One particular look, a crisp, belted dress with a soft, flowing skirt, became a subtle symbol of balance, grace with strength, approachability with command. It didn't just look good, it gave the media something different to focus on. While tabloids could have obsessed over behind-the-scenes, royal tension, or speculative meetings, they instead marveled at how effortlessly Catherine carried herself. That's not just fashion, that's influence. That's PR done without press releases, spin doctors, or staged moments. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan continue operating in a bubble where every move seems engineered for attention. Every statement, every appearance feels like it's crafted to reclaim control of the narrative. But here's the problem. When William and Catherine choose silence, when they don't react, don't engage, don't validate, there's no narrative left to spin, no tension to amplify, no response to twist. And in a media landscape that feeds off drama, that kind of graceful disengagement is the most powerful move of all. You can't claim to be wronged by someone who doesn't even acknowledge your presence. That's the quiet brilliance of Prince William's approach: complete disengagement. Even King Charles, while navigating the complex line between monarch and father, is treading carefully. He knows he can't openly bring Harry back into the fold without stirring controversy. But he also doesn't want to be seen as cutting off his son entirely. That's why any interaction with Harry now happens in shadows. No motorcades, no public schedules, no official palace statements, just discreet conversations behind closed doors. It's the only way Charles can maintain a sliver of personal connection without undermining the monarchy's larger strategy, and that strategy is clear: protect the institution, preserve the image. The future of the crown isn't built on drama. It's built on perception, and William's public image is spotless. While Harry and Meghan are tangled in headlines, leaks, and endless commentary, William remains untouchable. He offers no soundbites, no counterattacks, just quiet leadership and a family image that radiates stability. Every move is measured. Every appearance, from Catherine's grace to their children's warmth, strengthens the royal brand. No theatrics, no noise, just presence. That's why the contrast feels so stark. While Harry and Meghan continue their struggle to reclaim relevance, they do so from the outside looking in. Meanwhile, the palace isn't waiting, it's moving forward, door shut, lock turned, and key firmly out of reach.